So today on Project Shop, we got a nice little load of scrap here from 2 different customers. Some of this stuff is actually very interesting. We have some massive stainless steel angle iron and a huge stainless steel box. Now, it looked a little rusty. I did put a magnet on it. That is real stainless steel. It's just a little dirty. Came from the ocean. That ocean down here does stuff like that, and even stainless steel has a hard time fighting it off. But as much as I'd like to keep this angle iron, we're gonna sell it as stainless. I have some regular steel. No need to have all that stainless laying around. But we have tons of lights. Hopefully we'll pull some transformers out of there. We actually have some transformers somewhere in here. And some big aluminum rads that the guy cleaned himself, which was nice of him. And then there is some decent chunks of wire in there, so we're gonna time lapse up. We got Oliver over here somewhere. He's just gonna start bringing this stuff in, and we're gonna work in the shade and hopefully get a couple dollars or two out of this. Okay, we have a ton of scrap to go through today. Bunch of lights. Now these lights, unfortunately, as light as they felt, I believe they've already robbed the transformers and put these corn cobs in. That kind of sucks. These here, that's a fluorescent light, but that's extruded aluminum. That's nice. This is a real LED by a reputable company. These are super heavy, but look at that. These LEDs, man, like, that's a foil. It's not even like the aluminum reflectors. These aluminum reflectors would probably last forever, as long as you kept the moisture out. They've coated it with like a foil. It's probably plastic, and it's literally melted. So these LEDs are not, they're not it, man. They suck. A lot of my customers don't like them. They're hard to maintain. And they're not lasting. They're not like, because you really can't. What are you going to do with that? Look what they did. They couldn't just replace some parts like you could with these. They literally swapped out an LED. That sucks. And then our table, just when you thought it was safe to have a clean workbench, we've got stuff on it, which is always good. And then we got these laid out. Oliver, I'll get him to start tearing into these. We're gonna recover all these LED corn cobs. I'll plug them in, see if they work. I've been kind of saving them. That there, I think I actually have another one of them around here somewhere. Or at least I can see there's a transformer there, although it does look suspiciously like aluminum. We got all this to go through. Transformers in there, but this here, this whole case is real stainless, and this thing is loaded with goodies. We got some nice copper nuggets. You know how we love our copper nuggets over here. And 35K 400 amp, some nice 400 amp breakers. So that'll go with our breakers that we're going to do a massive breakdown on and recover all the silver. Look at these little things. These will probably save. I can get that off of there. I mean, if anything, there's silver contacts in there. But I got a generator guy. He deals with a lot of this stuff, and I'm looking to get more generator people as customers, so I'm gonna start saving little parts like the stuff, the easy stuff that goes wrong that I can recover, just to kind of get an inventory and show these guys that, you know, they might be able to find it cheaper through me. All right, you ready to roll? We've got a clean trailer ready to put some scrap back on it. All right, we're gonna set a time lapse. We're gonna blow through all these lights real quick. Seen me do this 100 times. We're gonna get some extruded. Those have cast slip fitters, some are metal, some cast aluminum. I doubt we'll pull any transformers out of here. But we're gonna go through all the lights first. We'll go through that bin, and then we'll work on some copper. And I have some aluminum wire, unfortunately, as well. Okay, first order of business. Hold on. We'll take one of these apart since we have a whole bunch of them. Just to get an idea of how they actually come apart. Okay. These are kind of looking brand new. There really ain't much in here. Yeah, unfortunately these things have been stripped. We probably processed the transformers a long time ago. That is a piece of stainless though. Oh. Stainless pin. Now. Looks like we got some side bolts. So I just realized that's cast aluminum, and we really don't even need to take that off. What I'll do is we'll just go as far as we can with the nut driver, clean all this up, and then we'll just send it like that. So this and this should get you what you need. All right, while he's doing that, I'm gonna work on clearing off this bench, and we can bring that box over and tear into that. Okay, we're making some okay headway. A lot of that stuff is super tedious. Gaining a little bit of stainless there. Not many transformers. I've only recovered those 2 or 3. That one, which looks to be aluminum, unfortunately, but these things here have a nice piece of extruded on them where they retrofitted the LED. We got a whole pile of corn cobs over there. Oliver did a great job of tearing these lights apart. Pretty much got them all disassembled. Gotta pull the bolts out of that, and then that's it. We'll I'm actually gonna weigh all this stuff so I know what I got. weigh this stuff, put it right back on the trailer, get it ready to go back down to Miami. And as soon as we clear this floor, we'll do the bin and then get on some wire. Okay, we're moving right along. This stuff is kind of tedious what we're doing right now, but we got a nice thing of extrusion. Check out these extrusion things. Now, these things had some mounts on them, and I thought they were cast aluminum, but you always got to check, man. They were brass. So we also got some stainless hardware I'm recovering, not much, but some nice stainless. I do have a bucket of micro stainless. We have a few transformers up on the table, not much at all. That's really sad. I do have some more right there we'll go through. And then we got all this cleaned up. I was weighing this stuff as I was putting it on the trailer. We got all that stuff on the trailer. We just got to blow through the box real quick, and then we're going to start stripping wire. But right now it's lunchtime. We're going to take some lunch. We'll be back at it in 30 minutes. All right, we're going to do some live action. We got some stainless hardware. One good thing about these lights, they always have good hardware. Stainless hardware is not cheap. We got Oliver coming with another bin. Wow, that glass is heavy. Some of these here, I found if you just lay them flat and either just hit them in the corner with a screwdriver, they come right apart without having to crack the glass. And then, as long as they're not bent, the rubber comes right off, and then you got some clean extrusion. I don't think we have a lot of this, but we are getting a nice little chunk of extrusion. So far, we've only come across one double aluminum transformer. That's stainless hardware. We don't keep that, okay? This is why I like these right here, because Because on the transformers, there's like a whole bunch of wires, and normally you can get them in 1 or 2 snips rather than what you would get out of a pair of wire cutters. See the difference? They have their place, but when you get into thicker stuff, they don't like it. Just gonna clear off the table here. Now, this stuff is solid core coming off of these ballasts most of the time. You got to check them because sometimes they're tin coated, which would automatically classify that as a number 2. But a lot of times it's just regular number 1, which is like over $1 a pound difference. All right, what we got here? These are some type of recessed lighting. This piece is cast. That piece is cast. I like the nut drivers with the extension. This one we're going to need extra extension. Yeah. LED. Man. This has screws that are like, I don't even know if I could get to them with the extension. No. Sometimes you just got to use the when in doubt, beat it out method. Nice chunks of cast. Oh, we got to get that out of there somehow. Man, nothing ruins your scrap progress like flathead screws. I think they should be outwalled. Alright. Do a couple more. I know that camera's going to die soon. I think we got a transformer. is where extensions come in. I like the ones with the lock because sometimes you can lose your shit. The problem I'm having here is the width of the gun, it's putting me on an angle. Sometimes you only have one shot to get these old corroded screws out. Oh yeah, we got a transformer. Sweet. That's a really heavy piece of cast. Look how thick that is. Oh! It ejected the cast out. Okay, well, we pretty much processed all the lights and aluminum from that job. We got it all broke down out here. And the extrusion I need to bring out. We're gonna weigh all this stuff. Those drums are heavy, man. That was some heavy cast. And we're gonna have a nice little load there. So now, we're gonna get to the good stuff. We're gonna have ourselves a little stripping party. And I was just moving this drum, and I almost feel like there's something in the bottom. That's it. Oliver, pull this thing over. This is number 2. Now, we just seen, we did a video on the Romex. It's actually got its own category. This little bit, flip that over, yeah. This little amount here, I'll have no problem throwing that right into the, wow, that was heavier than it seemed. So I'll have no problem throwing that with any number 1 insulate we don't strip, which, I don't know, we might strip most of this stuff. All right, let's dump this one now, see what we got in there. Pull up. Me and Oliver are about to have a stripping party. Okay, we got a nice little nugget of copper. There's some decent sized stuff in there, but not much. A lot of it's spaghetti. Oh, I'm hooked. What the hell? So, what we're gonna do is start off with like this bunch here, and I'll show you how I like to do this. This is the size, or this is the style that you really want to just pick one color and stick with it. We got this thing dialed in or not? I know I'm going to need my 14 millimeter. Looks like we got to go way over. We got too big of a gap. Typically, I like to use wire that's almost the same size. You don't need that big of a gap, but a gap stops the wire from just jamming into that second roller and getting bird nested up in there. Crank that down. Maybe one day we'll have Oliver over here wire me up some 220 outlets. What do you think, man? Did you do any 220 yet in school? Yeah? You think you can pull 220 out of that panel and give me an outlet over there? Maybe. If not, we'll just burn the shop down, right? How we looking? Too tight? That is kind of tight. okay? All right, we kind of isolated out all of the spaghetti. I don't know if I'm going to strip any more of that. We got a nice little pile here, looking good. Oliver's doing a great job keeping up with the machine. Now, we're going to get into some thicker stuff. Still got that to strip. I'm going to set that aside for another video you'll see coming up shortly. And then later on, once we get cleaned up with the wire, I'll strip all this aluminum down and see if that's actually worth it. For now, we're dialed in for this size. Man, I messed up. I bought that. That's communication cable for number 1. We're gonna have to send it up the road as number 1. For those of you who haven't seen me strip wire before, I've modified this machine in a couple different ways. I added this roller so the wire doesn't get snagged. I took the 110 3 horsepower motor, I put a 5 horse 220 motor, and then I put a Hurst ramrod shifter with a modified bus bar so that I can disengage the machine on demand. Basically, if you just slam into the machine, it's basically as dangerous as this looks. Okay, this machine's actually very safe due to the fact that I can stop it instantly if you got tangled or there's a snag. Or what you see me doing there was feeding the wire, and then I would cut it every like 10 feet or so, just so it's not a huge tangled mess on the backside. Now we're going to get dialed up for this blue wire and see how that strips. About the limit of those cutters. The reason I like doing one color at a time is once you do one color, it kind of frees up the rest of the stuff. When you have a tangled mess like this, it really does make a difference. Now, if I'm pulling up and another color comes up, you know, I'm not going to be judgy. I'm going to send it. But if you just try to stick to one color, when it tightens up or starts pulling the pile, just clip it, grab another piece, start sending it, you know, keep clipping it. And then eventually you're going to come up on the back side of the ones you already clipped. It's just going to pull it right out of the pile, no problem. Well, there you have it. That was pretty much most of what we're going to strip, if not all of it. We got a nice little nugget here. It's always good when you got a full cart, or almost a full cart of bright and shiny. Still have a whole bunch here. I don't know if I want to get into that. I might strip this stuff. I'm definitely going to strip that, but on a different video. And then we'll get into that stuff later. We're going to take a break. Probably going to be it for Oliver. It's been a long day. Okay, here's the ticket for that stuff me and Oliver broke down. We had 250 pounds of bright and shiny at $3.50 a pound, $875. 28 pounds of clean extrusion, 70 cents a pound, $19.60. 81 pounds of old sheet, 55 cents a pound for $44.55. Cast aluminum, 654 pounds, 58 cents a pound, $379.32. Number one wire, 117 pounds, $248 a pound, $290.16. Number two wire, 28 pounds, 93 cents, $26.04. Clean stainless steel, all that heavy stainless angle I took in the next day, $377 at 35 cents. $131.95, and then all aluminum rads, $29.45 a pound, $13.05, for a total of $1,779.67. Now, I had paid $700 for some of that wire and like the stainless cabinet and the stainless steel and some other stuff and some transformers, and then I paid $300 for the light fixtures. I bought it all as iron and aluminum at 15 cents a pound. So I got it pretty cheap. So I was into that for about $1,000, $1,779. I know for a fact I gained another $100 on something, which you'll see coming up here soon. And then I still have all the transformers we recovered and all the wire that I didn't strip. Nice little chunk right there, some stragglers around here, and then all that aluminum wire. Will bring that rate up to probably over $2,000 just on those two little jobs. I probably made about $550, and we still got about $300 coming, which isn't bad. That was a lot of tedious micro scrapping, and unfortunately a lot of those light fixtures did not have transformers in it, so that's just how it is nowadays. So if you come this far, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We are continuing with our micro scrapping marathon and our what's in the barrel. We got some barrels around here. We're going to figure out what's in them. So thank you. We'll see you on the next one. I'll tell you where we're going, right to the scrap yard. Dancing. You ever seen your copper dance before? Now, I'll just cut these wires. I mean, those brushes, they were probably worth saving. I'm actually going to see if that bearing is worth saving. Okay. Oh! She was cooked. I bet you they replaced this whole entire thing because that one thing got cooked.